Hello and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to this fun YouTube hop that we're doing today. It's a tag video. I'm sorry, I'm not doing a face-to-face. I practiced all day yesterday. I look at the wrong place. I don't have the sizing right. I'll work on that during 2020. So instead I'm going to do like I did for the last crafty tag that I participated in. I'm going to show you examples as I answer the questions. So this one is Set, Plan, and Crush Scrappy Goals 2020 edition. And my two lovely friends, Miranda Weber and Scrappy and Amy from One Mommy Scrapping, invited me and a whole slew of our crafty friends to participate in this today. And just look for the thumbnail that we put there. You're going to see tons of videos today. I'm going to link to Miranda's and to Amy's channels so that, you know, you can at least, they started it. It's their project. And there will likely be a little bit more information in their videos. So that this doesn't go on, because I do tend to chat, as you might know, for too long, let me try and get right into this. So, what was your favorite item you used in 2019? That's a hard question because I have quite a few favorites, but I think I'm going to go with my Paige Evans star stencil, because I think throughout December and most of November, I just used, and I love the backgrounds I've created. I love the spacing on the stencil, the sizing of the stars. It's really just a wonderful example of a perfect stencil to use on scrapbook layouts, but also on cards. So that led me to an idea of trying to use at least a stencil a month through 2020. And therefore for January, I've chosen this one, which is another one of my favorites from Vicky Boutin. I love using this one on backgrounds as well. I think it's fun and whimsical. So stencils. Next, what new item did you use in 2019, and did you like it? Now, I'm sure you'll be thoroughly surprised, I say sarcastically. So I began my lovely little addiction to Nuvo drops along with my friend Amy and my friend Becky. Part of my spending freeze, as you know, is to use up the enamel dots and shapes that I have and replace them with these Nuvo drops, which I love. To answer the second part of the question, I have quite a few. I haven't brought all of them here, obviously, but my newer collection is the vintage drops, or like I tend to call them every once in a while for some reason, the heritage drops that I got fairly recently. I love them. They do dry very, very matte. I think probably my favorite Nuvos might be the crystal, just the regular crystal drops, and also the dream drops. I really do love the dream drops, but love my Nuvo. Next, what was your least favorite item to use in 2019? I think that's always the same answer for me. And I'm not going to say least favorite, but I'm going to say most difficult for me to use, because I love what acetate and acrylic pieces. I have this bowl on my desk all the time. I love what acrylic and acetate pieces look like on layouts, but I really struggle to use them. And you can tell by this that some of these I have had for a very long time. So they would be the most difficult for me to use. Not really my least favorite. I don't know if there can be any least favorite Scrappy supplies. I mean, they're Scrappy supplies. They're awesome to begin with. What was your favorite layout in 2019? Well, I'm going to show you a few, and for different reasons. So here's one that I really, really loved. And I think the reason I love this is this was like a new color scheme for me, this sort of lime green with the purple. And it sort of just came together. I'm not sure that I actually decided to use this color scheme when I did it. This was definitely for a challenge in one of the Secret Not Secret Kit Club parties. And I just love the outcome. And I love this beautiful background paper, which is from a discovery kit. And that's another thing that I just loved throughout 2019, which might be a favorite product, were some of my discovery kits and discovering new manufacturers for me. Penelope D, 49 in Market, which I think this paper comes from. Moda Scrap, which was new for me as well, and a few others. So this is one that was one of my favorite. This one I just love because it just makes me smile. And this was for one of my sketch Sundays for the Christie's, from Christie's Beautiful Life, for 30 Days of Sketches, Series 4. And this is one of the layouts that I did. And the sketch had a lot of, I believe it was circles and everything on the background. And I chose to do a combination of stamping and florals and fun colors. And I just love this layout. I love this layout because I think it goes perfectly with the photo I was trying to scrap. I had fun getting my stamps out and using them. So this was definitely one of my favorite. I'm just smiling talking about it. And the 30 Days of Sketches, of course, is always one of my favorite series. So there you go. Then, of course, my lovely friend Sarah Scraps, she's got her latest class out, which is Mixed Media Backgrounds, for which I'm doing a series. It's been on a little bit of a hiatus during the holidays, but I'll be back at it. This was the first one I did for her class. I love the background. I love the stenciling I did. There's my favorite stencil. And all of these fun sequins from Spiegel Mom Scraps that I love, that I find just gives a shower of glittery goodness. So this is another one for using up some lovely mixed media and playing with one of my favorite classes. Then this one I just love just because of the fun we had. This was almost like a scrap lift tag where we all started scrap lifting one another. And I also did this, I think this was for one of the 30 Days of Sketches. I did some stitching here as a nod to my friend Christy. This is a scrap lift of Katie from Scrappy Sisters. And we all started scrap lifting one another with various shapes. So this one is a lot of fun. And this I love also because I used black cardstock, which Christina has challenged me to a couple of times, and it turns out I love doing. And then these two I'm just putting as examples of, because in the Freeze Gang, we've been playing around with a lot of shapes where the hearts came from. This is a scrap lift of Kristen, one of my Freeze Gang pals. This is also one of the sketches I did for the 30 Days of Sketches Series 4 using triangles. And so again, using some shapes. So there are a few examples of my favorites for 2019. But, you know, it's so hard to choose. I don't know if my pals here will be choosing one, but there's no way I could choose one. Favorite collection or designer? I think this year we have to go yet again with Pink Paisley, and this year I'm going to go with maybe Indigo and Ivy, which is a lovely, lovely collection. Maybe a little bit more masculine or a little bit more autumnal, but it's got some pretty pinks in it as well. Definitely one of my favorites this year. If you recall, 2018 was Auburn Lane, hands down. So I seem to be a Pink Paisley. Paige Evans also is always a favorite of mine. And I think I will add to this year, which is still on its way to me, is Vicky Bouton's Wildflower and Honey, because that collection is just so gorgeous. And as you know, with Christina, we sort of put a few of my kits together before she sends them to me so that we can save on some shipping. So I still have some awesome, awesome goodies, which might change that answer. Wildflower and Honey is on its way. Home Again, is that what it's called? Truly Grateful. I have a couple of collections on their way to me. So then looking forward to 2020, what is one Scrappy goal? I'm not sure that I actually set goals in terms of the actual definition of goals. I think there are certain things that I want to work on. If I do have a goal, it's a bit of a silly one, and it's really to just continue having fun with this awesome, awesome hobby, continue supporting my favorite Scrappy friends, collaborating with them, having fun in the groups and doing challenges. I just love this, and I love seeing a lot of the younger scrappers really embracing this lovely hobby. I don't know if you could call that a goal, but a few things that I would like to perhaps work on that I enjoyed. My 2019 reading and watching is fairly well along. I did quite well in keeping up to date on it, but obviously I would like to finish it. I just have a couple of pages and a few little Christmas things that I want to add to that. Definitely a Scrappy goal, or something that I really do want to work on, is my project, my Traveler's Notebook project, My Story, the First 60 Years, which fell a little bit by the wayside starting in the autumn. If you recall, I had my Tea and Tuesdays, and as I started getting ready for Christmas and my mom's health issues and that kind of thing through October, November, it fell a bit by the wayside. So definitely want to bring back Tea and Tuesdays, and my TN project, My Story, the First 60 Years. So that definitely I want to get back on track with. Then, what item would you like to use more of in 2020? My lovely glitter markers, because I haven't used them. Nouveau glitter markers. They are gorgeous. I've seen Amy start using hers a little bit, and for once this time I was an instigator to get a couple of my friends to buy these. For once, I usually get so enabled by my lovely, lovely friends. Actually, the other day I was just laughing because I told Christina, I said, you know what, for my kits, I should really just say, send me whatever Sarah thinks I should have, because I love her style, and my cube, before my spending freeze, kept getting filled up with all sorts of goodies that Sarah would use. The Nouveau that Amy helped me out with. So this time it was my turn to be an enabler, but I have not gotten a chance to use them much, and they are gorgeous. And then some beautiful cut files, because I am in the Creative Cuts Club. I love cut files. I do not have an electronic die cutting machine, and I will not be getting one because I know myself that's too much techie stuff for me. I would spend all that money, use it for a month, and it would then sit and look pretty. So this is just perfect for me, that I get this lovely kit from Christina, but I don't use them near enough. So I really want to play around with my cut files a lot more in 2020. These are just so gorgeous. Look at this beautiful globe. Is that not just beautiful? So that has to be part of the plan. What new product or technique would you like to try? So again, cut files, I'm adding there. It's not really new, but I really have not used a lot, and I've been part of the Creative Cuts Club since the very beginning. I don't have all the kits up to date because, again, they will, they're being twinned with some of my other kits so we can save on shipping, but I really have not used them enough. And what I really would like to have fun with, that I do use an awful lot, are my gorgeous, gorgeous sequins, but I would like to play around with them in different ways. I'm recording this on the 2nd of January, and we had a Creative Cuts party yesterday, and Jody had an awesome live video, and she showed us all sorts of different ways other than just shaker pockets. I've only done a few shaker pockets, but that, you know, always tends to be the go-to. I use my sequins an awful lot as finishing touches and that kind of thing, as you saw in this layout, which I will continue doing. But I want to give them a little bit more of a prominent place, sort of like outlining. One thing that I would love to try is, like, if you take this kind of cut file, so you take this kind of thing, let me just turn this over, and then I would like to maybe just sort of put some glue here and then outline, like put sequins all over that. Would that not be gorgeous? And Jody showed us something like that yesterday in one of her lives in a gorgeous, gorgeous dolphin layout that she did. The other thing that I think is fun is to maybe glue some of these sequins down in a pattern, which is something else she showed us. Let's say down on the sheet underneath here, I would glue some sequins in the shape, not as a shaker, but just glue down, and then leave the cut file per se white and give it some dimension on the page. And that is a fun technique that she showed as well. The other technique that I would like to use some of my, Christina showed this fun technique using the cut files both as a stencil, and then using the beautifully colored cut file right on a layout and doing, let's say, like a double page spread where the stenciled portion, so the mixed media portion, was used as well. So those are a couple of techniques I would like to try and have fun with in 2020. As I've already mentioned, a couple of gorgeous collections are on their way to me that I can't wait for. Wildflower and Honey. Paige Evans, I think, Is It Truly Grateful? So some fun stuff on its way. How many layouts would you like to set for yourself, either yearly or monthly? I don't. I don't set a goal. I just try. I would say I don't set a goal for that. What I really do try and do, though, is get into my room at least 15 minutes. Do something creative, 15 minutes every day. That started in September with a little bit of a challenge that we had in the Secret Not Secret Kit Club, and I've tried to stick with that, and I think that is more my goal. I would just like to make as many layouts as I could, and I think with the parties and the challenges and the collaborations with all of my lovely Scrappy friends, I certainly broke a record in 2019. I don't know how many layouts I got done exactly. I could probably go back and look maybe on Instagram, but for sure, I think I got maybe 150, maybe more, and I just want to scrap as much as I possibly can. And what is one YouTube goal for 2020? I'd like to get to 1,000 subbies. I think that's fun. Not for any particular reason. I do YouTube for fun because I like to share. I like to play with my friends and collaborate and do collaborations for the fun of doing the collaborations and hopefully inspiring people. I don't do YouTube for really any other reason. I'm not aspiring to making any money or that kind of thing, but 1,000 is a fun number, and I think that would just be awesome. I'm very close, actually. I'm at a little over 850, I think. So let me take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you that has been supporting me since the beginning of this channel. You are all awesome, both my YouTube buddies and all of my subbies. And I guess the other thing, I have a couple of new series coming that I would like to do just for myself that I'll talk to you a little bit more about. But on the 25th of every month, I'm going to do a Christmas in. Either, you know, a layout, or I fell behind this year with Mom being a little bit ill in November. My cards, so I scrambled towards the end to get some projects and some little gift ideas. So I didn't do as much as I wanted to. I didn't get as much Happy Mail out as I wanted to. I was late in getting the Happy Mail out. I didn't scrap Christmas as much as I wanted to. So I want to try and stay ahead and then not feel stressed when the work marathon arrives, or if something unfortunate like mom's illness or something like that happens. So I think I'm going to do that series, and then a couple of others that I'm thinking about, and I will come back and talk to you about soon. So there you go. Pop on. That is my 2020, my recap of 2019, my 2020, what I want to do and have fun with. Thank you for being here. If you have anything you would like to see me do in 2020 in particular, please pop a comment down below. Also tell me what your favorite thing, video, idea, whatever was your favorite in 2019, and what are you most looking forward to for your Scrappy fun in 2020. Follow on, go pop on over and see all of my lovely friends, and I will see you again very, very soon. In fact, tomorrow with Sketch Sunday with my lovely friend Crystal. Bye.